So we use the old analog method, hands up. If I ask you who has written the European Landscape Convention, is it the European Union, is it UNESCO, or is it Council of Europe? First one, European Union, hands up. Very good. UNESCO, hands up. And 3, Council of Europe. Oh, very good. If I ask another question, who thinks that the European Union has officially adopted the European Landscape Convention? Hands up. Very good, I'm impressed. And consequently, who thinks that the European Union has not adopted the ELC, Landscape Convention? Some hesitation. Well, okay, maybe I should go on with the presentation. If you use Google to get an idea of the term landscape, you get very many answers, like this one. It's a very complex concept, obviously. Okay, next one. But the concept of landscape, that is not new, of course. Officially, we have been working with landscape issues in Sweden at least since 1909, with the legislation of nature protection. There was an introduction of an Act for Protection of Landscape. We have had national physical planning since the 1960s. We have environmental objectives, miljömål, since 1999, and so on. Next one. So I already asked this, what is ELC, European Landscape Convention? It's an agreement between member states, and it's a vision for the landscape. And also we can read it as a checklist, what to do for each country. And it's mainly a commitment for authorities, not so much private persons. And it's a reference to official landscape activities. Next one. And so what ELC is not, it's not from the European Union. It is not an international legal directive. Many times I hear confusion about EU directives, but that is not the question. And consequently, it's not no national law, and it's no obligation for common people, and it's no restriction for landowners. And what can the convention influence? As I said, it cannot influence ownership, and it cannot be used for legal decisions made by authorities. It's intended for official policies only, so to speak, carrot and stick. And the main objective of the convention, well, in the film we saw right now, it seemed to be about protection of the landscape, but well, it's a bit higher level. Actually, it's about the quality of life for humans. Is there somebody who knows these persons? No? This is Magellan Deschamps. She's the chief of the Landscape Convention at the Council of Europe. And this is Dick Gotsman, who is chairman of the Civilscape, non-governmental organization for landscape. Okay, next one. So, sustainable development, that is taken from the Rio conference. It's about a mixture between social needs, environment, and economic activity. And I think we must not forget about economic activity. It's very easy to speak only about protection and environment and social needs. Okay, next. And what is the very new thing about ELC? I should say it's about to defend feelings for the landscape. It's allowed, so to speak, to have subjective feelings for the landscape. is about the feelings aroused in them by contemplating the landscape, and that people have come to realize that the quality and diversity of many landscapes are deteriorating, and it's about the quality of their everyday lives. So it's very much about everyday lives, also of course about protected areas, but the main thing I would say is about everyday areas. One special thing is also the holistic approach of the Landscape Convention. Here is a map with interest from many state agencies, Riksantikvarieämbetet, where I work, we are interested in some parts of the map, and the Agency for Agriculture as well. But who can see something more than this map? Somebody? Okay. Very good. We have one person with a holistic approach. That's very good. Next one. And it's very much about democracy and the bottom-up perspective, so to speak. This is Magellan at the Council. Many other conferences if you go to Montenegro in 2 weeks, for instance. Okay, next one. And the convention says that landscape must become policy. Actually, in Sweden we don't have any landscape policy. We have countryside policy, we have forestry policy, we have heritage policy, we have agriculture policy and so on, environment policy, but we have no landscape policy. But that is what the convention wants. Maybe we will never have a landscape policy, but who knows? The next one. It also says that the convention must not be monopolized, and the landscape must not be monopolized. Everybody must have the opportunity to say their meaning. Okay, next one. And that means that the convention wants to provide instruments to achieve its goals, and those instruments are protection, management and planning, and of course we have those instruments in all countries in Europe, I should say, but they must work together much better. Next. In many countries, probably most countries, we have the problem with too much sectorization. We have the parliament, the government, they make general decisions, and those decisions from their policy go down to national agencies, down in the downpipe policy to counties, länsstyrelser, to municipalities and local organizations. But there are many pipes like this, downpipes, but they must cooperate in a horizontal way, so to speak. Okay, next one. We must not treat all landscape in the same way. They are different. We have landscapes like this from painting more than 100 years ago. Landscapes that are passive, unpopulated, scenic, timeless, like the landscape we saw in the film right now. And those landscapes, many times they are with need for support measures. They need money, management from official agencies and so on. Next one. We also have landscapes with very much activity, many claims, filled with conflicts, competition, much population, much change and activity. And those landscapes, many times they need to slow down, they need more controlled development. As I said, the convention is mainly written for officials and for authorities, but everybody can do something for the implementation of the convention. Common people can vote for policy about and better democracy on landscape issues. Next one. So what's about ELC specifically in Sweden? It's handled very much delegation from, it was adopted by the parliament, handed over to the government, and in many countries the landscape issues, they remain in the government, but in Sweden it's delegated to many relevant agencies, and so it doesn't stay in the government. Next one. There is no specifically responsible, no agency that is specifically responsible for ELC, but we have a state coordinating group because it was adopted by the Swedish state, and the Swedish National Heritage Board, we are sharing that group. That is where I work. We have the Environmental Protection Agency, Naturvårdsverket, National Board of Housing, Building and Planning, Boverket, Agency for Economic and Regional Growth, Tillväxtverket, Board of Agriculture, Jordbruksverket, Forest Agency, Skogsstyrelsen, Transport Administration, Trafikverket, and also representative from Länsstyrelsen, the currently administrative boards. So we try to fight together. There is also a Nordic network about ELC. There is a continuous series of conferences that started 2004 in Norway. Last year, those participants were in Iceland, and probably next year there will be a conference in Denmark. We have written some information materials like this brochure. It's in Swedish, but you can easily find it in our internet homepage, and for download it's free. And we have different booklets as study material. Okay, next one. Just a week ago we had Landscape Forum West in Mariestad. So we have introduced the conference concept of Landscape Forum, and that can be many things, very much like this conference today can be Landscape Forum. We will have another Landscape Forum in the 14th of November in Stockholm. It will be in Swedish.